So there I was, just minding my business on a Monday evening. You know, my video was scheduled. I was just chilling, replying to comments, doing what I would normally do when a video goes live. And then I get informed by multiple people that Blue Collar Logic has done a part 2 on their case against tattoos. So if you didn't see Monday's video, I highly recommend you watch that first so you can figure out what's going on here. But a quick background, there is a YouTube channel called Blue Collar Logic. They uploaded a video called The Case Against Tattoos. I did a tattoo etiquette video on it because the guy Dave that was in the video, was spreading so much misinformation and outdated opinions and just being just not a cool guy, you know? Even though he was calling himself the cool uncle, but that's just gross.
Think of me as your reasonably cool uncle. Cool uncle. Cool uncle.
But yeah, his whole video was directed towards women, especially young women, and just telling them what to do with their bodies, and it's just like, it's not your place to say. But yeah, he uploaded a second part, and it's aimed at guys this time, and he specifically put that in the title, but he didn't for the first part, which is just weird, you know? I don't know why he did that, but yeah, so here I am, hoping I was done with talking about this guy, but no, I'm still sitting here. And yeah, in this video he's even more sexist.
If you're an older dude and you're already inked up, this is not meant as any sort of criticism. I'm not out to hurt anybody's feelings. Stick around if you want, or stop the video right now.
Oh, so he can be polite in this video when it's directed to guys and say that this isn't criticism in any way, but for the one he directed towards the 17-year-old girls, he's like, oh yeah, I mean all of the offense. You know, like, what the hell, man?
First, let's think about what a tattoo is for. Historically, tattoos were used for a couple of purposes. As a rite of passage for a boy into manhood, to make a warrior look fierce and terrifying. Some tribes also tattooed women, but I think that was mostly a master-slave thing.
Has he ever heard of Google? He's just like, I know, I'll just make a video and talk about tattoos and use made-up knowledge because it fits my woman-hating agenda. Like, come on. If you're gonna make a video, please do your research. It doesn't take 2 seconds to Google the history of tattooing or how different tribes used tattooing throughout the history of however long tattooing has been. It's been thousands and thousands and thousands of years. It literally takes 2 seconds to figure out this information instead of bringing out just the random bullshit. Like, it was all like, oh yeah, tattoos were for men and it was to make them look fierce and like a warrior and whatever it is he was saying. And then he was saying, oh, tattoos for women were enslavement or something. If you did your research, you would know that's not 100% true. There may have been cases like that, but it's not the like 100% of the history of tattooing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not all that. Many people and tribes throughout history have used tattoos for many, many different reasons. Some of which are to show ranking, so where the person is ranked within a tribe, class, wealth, knowledge, to remember ancestors, for protection and for guidance and for fertility. Like, men and women were getting tattooed for these reasons. There's so many different categories and reasons as to why people got tattooed throughout history. And it's a whole other subject. You can't just cast a divide like this and say what you want because it helps make your point. You're boosting up men to say, oh yes, they're masculine and they're fierce and ferocious and they're strong, but if you look at the histories of tribes and stuff, women are pretty badass too. They go through some things and they do what they have to do to survive, but okay, whatever.
But now the trendoids and the hipsters have done what they always do with everything. They've turned getting a tattoo into a fashion statement. Make no mistake, tattoos are now a fad. And someday, the fad of being covered in permanent markings will go away.
Okay, so I covered this point in my last video, but I'm going to say it again very, very briefly. Tattoos have been around for thousands and thousands of years, like I've just covered, for many, many, many different reasons. Like, please, someone argue this case. If someone wants to argue this case with me, go ahead. Honestly, I dare you, try it. Tattoos aren't like Ugg boots or Juicy Couture where they've had their heyday and people don't wear them as much. Tattoos are permanent art pieces that people love and enjoy, and they have a lot more meaning than a bit of fashion.
A lot of you guys have grown up without dads. Even those of you who have dads might not have gotten much male guidance. Feminism has been trying to make men obsolete by forcing women into every role where a man could once prove his mettle. The left side of the political spectrum is teamed up with these radical women. Their plan is for government to be everybody's daddy and everybody's hero. And of course, they will be the government.
Breathe, Lauren. Breathe. Dave, mate, I'm so sorry that all these successful women who are living their best life makes you feel so insecure to the point where you think the male existence doesn't matter anymore. Actually, no. No, I'm not sorry. It's called equal rights. We can do what we want when we want. Gone are the days where we strive to be your pretty perfect wife. We deserve to have the exact same opportunities as you do. You're not special. And that's not me being a feminist Nazi or over the top or anything that you want to throw at me. It's just called being a decent human being.
Sorry to get political, but that's what's happening. The things that men do naturally have been torn down in our culture since I was a young guy like you. All of our rituals and shit-talking and roughhousing, all of the things that toughened us up and made us into the kinds of guys that real women could trust and depend on, have been whittled away at. And what we see now around us is the result.
Dave Hunt, it's called progression. If we as a human race did not progress, then we'd all still be living in a cave. Is that what you want? Do you want to sacrifice the lifestyle you have now for one where you can beat your chest, go hunting for wildlife, cook that wildlife over a campfire, if fire has even existed in the time that you want to be living in, just to show how manly you are? Like, come on, behave, mate. Where we are now is so much better than 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago, even 10 years ago. We have progressed so much as a human race. Sure, we have a long way to go, mainly because there's guys like Dave around, you know, telling people what to do, telling everyone they're a feminist when all they want is fucking equal rights. And there's nothing wrong with being a feminist, FYI. Without feminism, fuck knows where we would be, fuck knows where I would be. I wouldn't be sitting here today, that's for sure. I would not be voicing my opinion because, God forbid, a woman has opinions and her own mind. He said something about women wanting to depend on men or something like that.
All of the things that toughened us up and made us into the kinds of guys that real women could trust and depend on.
Because, yes, that's what all women want. We come out of the womb searching and seeking men to depend on, as if that's our only life goal. Behave, man, come on. Oh my god, what era are you living in? Wake the fuck up. Is this video about tattoos or is pure seething hatred towards women, independent women, successful women, young women doing what they want to their bodies? I mean, the list could go on. I guess because his other video did pretty well when it comes to views, he thinks that this video is going to do just as well, and this is a good platform for him to voice his opinions against women. And this video is aimed at men as well, so you know they're all going to come to him like the Pied Piper, agreeing to him and his backwards, outdated opinions and views and facts.
You've seen these guys. They're wearing jeans and a flannel lumberjack shirt, but the shirt and pants are both tailored like women's clothes. They have a huge beard, but they get their hair styled in a salon and wear a ton of product in it.
And who does your hair, Dave? If you're so against hairstyling and fashion, then why isn't your hair as long as the Niagara Falls? Why are you wearing clothes? You're all against this conforming business.
Tattoos caught on and caught on big. And they caught on as a fad. Make no mistake, a fad. You know what fads are for, right? Fads are for conformists.
But you're just as bad. Your hair is cut, you're wearing clothes. That's what a lot of other people do. Oh my god, you're conforming. Oh my good god.
They have elaborate tattoos designed by people who have studied in art colleges. These tats are not like something your grandpa got in the Philippines when he was being sent into the Vietnam jungle. No, these tats are body murals without a real reason to exist. Anybody can save up $1,000 and get a half sleeve. You don't have to be good at anything to do that. And now that everybody and his sister have the same thing, you sure as hell won't stand out in the crowd so your outlier bros can find you.
Yeah, we get tattoos so people can find us in a crowded place, as if phones don't exist. Behave. Do you even know the words that are coming out of your mouth? There are many different reasons as to why a person gets a tattoo, and let me tell you, one of them is not for other people. We do not spend thousands upon thousands of pounds on tattoos for other people. I have my back tattooed. Pretty much all of my back is tattooed. Nobody ever sees that. If I got that for other people, why would I put it on my back? Let's think about it. Why would people get tattoos on their butt or on their thighs or wherever it is quite easily hidden? Their chest, their stomach. Not everyone walks around with all their skin showing, especially when it's winter. Like, hi, hello, I live in England. I am not walking around half naked just to show off my tattoo. Absolutely fucking not. Like, are you stupid? Do you seriously think we spend all this money for other people? Absolutely not. If I was gonna do something to show off, I would spend it on, I don't know, a flashy car or whatever else. To be honest, however people spend their money, it's none of your business. I don't, like, he is the most illogical person I have ever come across on YouTube. Like, he just doesn't make any sense at all. He says we don't have to be good at anything to save $1,000. Do you know how hard it is to save money nowadays? Because people like you fucked up the economy. When you were younger, houses were cheaper, food was cheaper, living was cheaper, cars were cheaper, insurance was cheaper. Everything was cheaper back in the day, and you earn enough money to cover everything and have some. There are people in the world now that have to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Some people are in uni and still have a full-time job. Like, they are bending over backwards to make sure they can afford to live. And I know some fuddy-duddy is just going to be like, well, if someone's struggling, they shouldn't be getting tattoos. Well, if they can pay their bills and feed themselves and they have a little bit of money left over, then they're going to put it in a savings account for a tattoo. What's wrong with that? It's not your money, hun. Let people do that. Like, saving for a tattoo shows patience, commitment and responsibility, and can lead people into being good at saving later on in life. I would absolutely love this guy to be young again, but in this day and age, just so he knows how hard it is to survive out in this world.
In the tattoo world, the only guys exhibiting competence are the guys doing the inking.
What the fuck? Does he know like 97% of tattoo artists have tattoos themselves? Like, what even is this comment? Are you serious? In his other video, he said in a negative way, you're gonna get a stranger, aka the tattoo artist, to mark your body for life, as if it was a disgusting thing.
You're about to have a stranger draw pictures on your skin.
But now he's praising tattoo artists, but the tattoo artists have tattoos themselves. Like, what the seriously? I don't even think you know what you're saying. You're just putting out rubbish because it will get views. Are you okay? Can someone come and collect their granddad, please? Granddad's spill on aisle 62.
Look, I don't want to make fun of the skinny jeans lumberjack staring into the mirror at the gym and planning his next wondrous tattoo display, but I don't want you to follow his lead, because he doesn't know where he's going. He's lost, like most young men are lost.
I don't want to make fun of them, but I'm going to say this sentence backhandedly. Like, that's literally what he's doing here. How can you make these assumptions? Like, where is your proof? That guy in the gym could very much be a business owner, earning triple what you have ever earned in your life. That guy could be training to be a doctor or a surgeon. That guy could be a lawyer. That guy could be in university or getting his master's. That guy could be a teacher. That guy could literally be anything in the world. Like, this guy infuriates me so much because he's just full of assumptions and misinformation. Like, where is your proof? If you have proof to back up your statements, then please come at me. Give me all of your receipts, okay? He's just making assumptions because maybe once upon a time he met a tattooed guy that wasn't really doing much in life, or he's in a transition period in his life, and now that is every tattooed person. He's literally in his own little bubble. Like, he's just so clueless.
So please, don't waste your time and money on faddish tattoos. They won't make you special, and you'll probably regret them. Go out there and make your mark on the world. Earn the respect you're looking for.
Fun fact, you can make your mark on the world while being a tattooed person. I'm literally losing the will to live. Honestly, like, oh my God. I don't even want to deal with this anymore. So like last time, I think it's only fair if I look through the comments again. Now, unsurprisingly, there is the few negative ones. I had a look earlier. They weren't as negative and sexist as the ones on the previous video that I talked about. Just go look for yourself. Honestly, I can't even look there anymore. Like, it makes my blood boil. But if you have time, look at the comments in this video that I'm talking about now and the one that I talked about in my previous video. There's a big contrast. Like, the one that I was talking about in my other video, the one about girls, all the comments on there are like, ooh, women with tattoos are disgusting, they're bad mothers, they're unsuccessful, they're tramps, I don't want to associate with them, I don't even want to talk to them, they're the lowest of the low. And then this one, there is negative comments, yes, absolutely, but they're not as horrific. And it just goes to show that, you know, we need feminism. People say feminism is a bad thing, but we need it, because without it, Women have no hope. This one is actually quite a popular one between both videos, and it's the ultimate dad joke. And when I mean it's the dad joke, it means it's just not funny. Like, you think you're funny, but you're not actually funny. Your humour is about as funny as being punched in the face. I've always wanted a face tattoo that says, no regrets. People always ask me why I never got a tattoo. My response is, who slaps a bumper sticker on a Maserati? Am I right? LOL! Since when are you a car? Why are you comparing people to objects? Why are you objectifying people like that? Unless you want to tell us you're a transformer, like, hi, are you Bumblebee? Cool. I love comments like this. Want to watch a face go from proud to scared? Ask them where that ink come from, who made it, whether or not the applier had a valid health card. Did you see an MSDS on it stating where it was made and by whom? Injecting the substance beneath the skin for adornment is a scary thing. What if the manufacturer put a timed release agent in it that affected people's minds and made them angry and unreasonable, like most over-tatted and caffeine overusers do? Okay, well, should we break this down for you? So everything in life is bad for you, pretty much, right? Unless you eat leaves and drink water and you live out in the woods and you're not anywhere near a car or pollution or TVs or screens or lights or cigarette users. Do you drink alcohol? That's bad for you. Have you ever smoked a cigarette? That's bad for you. Have you ever taken drugs? That's bad for you. Have you ever taken a painkiller? That's most probably bad for you too. Everything is bad for you, according to a lot of people out there that want to scare people. So yeah, I get ink tattooed in my skin. The people that are waving fingers saying tattoos are toxins and all this jazz, it's such a stupid argument because we can turn it back on you tenfold. Don't act like an angel when you're not. Like, don't be stupid, man. Fuck off. Tattoos place you in the poor life choices group. Self-abuse. Again, I can use the whole comment of, do you drink alcohol? What's the bet in this person drinks alcohol? This is no shame to anyone that does drink alcohol, because whatever, I literally do not care if you drink alcohol. But if you're gonna say stuff is self-abuse, then do you eat leaves? Is your diet 110% clean? Have you never eaten a cheeseburger in your life? Have you never eaten a bar of chocolate? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're abusing yourself if you do that, right? Just don't come at, it's just the most stupidest thing. It's just infuriating. These people don't even realise what they're typing out because we can throw it back at them. So this comment here is kind of negative, kind of not at the same time. I kind of see where this guy is coming from for once. Real men could give zero shits about compliments from other men. So yeah, in the beginning of this video that I've showed you clips of, he goes on about getting a compliment from a man is like a big thing or whatever. It's irrelevant to this video. I'm not a tech guy or a millennial, but your whining about masculinity being stolen is just an inability to recognise that the world is changing in accordance with the values and beliefs of the younger generations. I don't love all these changes either, but your perspective is exactly the same as your grandfather, whining about how they used to walk 2 miles uphill in the snow to the bus stop. Our generation isn't relevant anymore. Deal with it. It's true. It's true. It's all to do with generations. And, you know, when I'm older, it might be the case of, I don't know, whatever generation is my age now doing what I would deem as stupid or whatever. I highly doubt it. I'm like super open-minded and what have you. But progressivism, is that even a word? Progressivism? Yeah? Poisons everything. Cool. You're more than welcome to go live in a cave, mate, if you want to. Off you go. Off you fuck. Enjoy yourself with your campfire and you shooting animals with a bow and arrow, you know. Good luck with that. Eat some leaves. Drink some dirty pond water. Go bathe in a waterfall if that's what you're into. Do you want to, you know, live out in the wilderness with no clothes on? Do you want to come face to face with another tribe and fear for your life? Do you want to do that, or are you enjoying your cushy progressive home where there's electricity and TVs and just your usual comfort things? You know, you drive down to the store, you get your food, you turn on a switch and you've got heating, you go into a bathroom, turn a tap and you have water. Like, what is it? What do you want? What do you actually want? Or is it because you hate women and, oh, here we are, living our best life? Is that actually what your problem is? It's got nothing to do with progressing as a human race. You've got a problem with women progressing, right? And us millennials just being a little bit more smarter and accepting and open-minded. That scares you a little bit, don't it? I thought so. Okay. Glad we got to the bottom of that, mate. When I see a tattoo, my ears close. That's so lovely of you, Valerie. Oh my goodness. Wow, you are such a sweetheart. And they say us millennials are the rudest people in the world. And at least we listen to people's problems and we are understanding, open-minded and accepting of other people and their journeys and their stories. And then there's you, not giving anyone the time of day because they have a bit of ink on their skin. Who is the problem here? Certainly ain't me. Okay, this one is a really interesting one because I got a comment on my previous tattoo etiquette video about blue collar logic about this, what I'm about to say. This comment says, the Lord does not want Christians to be tattooed. Check the scriptures. Right, now let me read a comment that I got from a lovely lady. She full on educated me, so this is quite long, but I just want to throw this out here because to me it seems like she knows what she's talking about. So here we go. So many people don't do their research or fully understand their religions. When it says you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead nor tattoo any marks on you, that was added to the Bible in the early 1600s and they translated it incorrectly. Firstly, it originally said closer to, ye shall not make cuttings in your flesh for the dead nor print marks on you. This was referring to when the Christians learned that Egyptian women got tattoos of symbols and words on their breasts, thighs and abdomens as lucky charms to protect their birthing process. However, scholars aren't really sure what they meant by the word marks. In Canaan, I'm probably butchering that, I'm sorry. They used to be more extreme and branded, slashed or gashed themselves in honor and mourning of their dead loved ones and their gods. The Christians didn't like them honoring their own gods because they said they were fake gods, so they shouldn't honor them. Secondly, the word tattoo didn't come into the English language until the 1700s, I believe, which shows that they updated the Bible and assumed they were referring to tattoos while also not 100% sure, as the Bible was referring to how the Egyptians and Canaans did it back in the 1600s. It says nothing about modern day tattoos, so saying that the Bible is against tattoos is incorrect as stated above. It was not quite tattoos they're against, it was more the slashing and gashing themselves, which was probably seen as close to self-mutilation. After all, people were tortured and killed after being whipped, branded, and gashed holes open in their skin that they didn't want them having symbols of their gods on them as mentioned. Thirdly, it also says in the Bible that Jesus himself had a tattoo on his thigh, and he has on his robe and on his thigh a name written King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So if Jesus had one, why can't the rest of us? Fourthly, the Bible doesn't actually care. I know of priests who have tattoos. All in all, it talks about not getting unholy tattoos, anything to do with devils, demons and whatnot, and don't put them in certain places. Apart from that, the Bible doesn't care. So if we refer back to the comment that I was just reading, where it says the Lord doesn't want Christians to be tattooed, check the scriptures. Stephen, honey, maybe you should check your own fucking scriptures, alright? Thank you. Thank you to Madeline who left that comment educating us all on religion and tattoos. That was super informational and I'm glad you blessed us with that. Yeah, that is all I can handle for today. Again, I didn't want to go too much into this video like I did with the last one, mind you. This is probably still quite long, but here we are. So hopefully this is the last time now I have to address this guy. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this video. If you've got any input or anything, just comment down below. And yeah, until my next video, I hope you guys are all doing very well, and goodbye. See you later.